Monster Hunter World and For Honor. So if anybody plays those other games, it's kind of like a nice haven for us to join in with each other. We're not stuck with Anthem if it's running or if it's updating or something, and we're not stuck on those other games if they're not showing good content. We can jump back on Anthem. I've only been into this PlayStation since November, so a lot of people I've only met through Anthem since March when I got that. I played Monster Hunter World mostly solo. I didn't even have a mic, and I got that like after I got For Honor. Absolutely, but they have Dauntless right now, which is a free to play game, and it's also cross-platform, and it's almost like a Fortnite version of Monster Hunter World. And people that have played a lot of other games are really digging the co-op gameplay that they have that is really similar to the Monster Hunter World series. It's like, I guess it's similar to Destiny 2. You have like a raid-ish 4-man team. Yes, it is. And they're rolling out new content with it as well. It's hard to beat free. But I'm waiting for the new content that Monster Hunter World is going to have for the summer. I think it's possibly the end of the summer, September or November. I thought it was like September 9th, but I could be thinking of a different game. And it was that Iceborne. It's like a new map, fucking new monsters. It's probably G rank even in difficulty. If not, it's going to be new AT monsters for sure. Alright. I want to have an interceptor. That'll put me at a lower... No, it's all good. I'll be the higher guy. Ranger, Storm, Colossus. We're good. What? 34 degrees where? Oh, it's like a... I live in Arizona, so your comments are moot. Yes, sir. Not even the Sahara Desert. Yeah, I think it was 100 degrees. Yesterday was 100 degrees in the day. What about Breaking Bad? I don't know anything about that show. It's meth. That's about all I know. Oh yeah, they filmed it there? Most of the time they say they're filming in Arizona, but unless you see those specific mountains like Grand Canyon or any of the other really well-known ones, they're most likely filmed in fucking Vegas and some other places. There were a few places where they shut down some roads and filmed some movies. See, Atlanta, Georgia has that fucking Peach studio. And that's really popular with a lot of, what, Cartoon Network and fucking... a lot of fucking networks. That's the only thing I know about Georgia, really. Yeah, I'm from California, but I've pretty much grown up, been raised out here in Arizona, unfortunately. It would have been nice to be a snobby California person, SoCal person or whatever, but no, I'm not even like a NorCal snobby kid. I'm born in the IE SoCal. Inland Empire. No beaches for me. I don't even get the cool part of fucking Cali. You guys need any outlaw by chance? Let's go in here real quick. Let's clear this real quick. I know I need like 200 outlaws, so at any point if I can kill some, I want to do it. Yeah. Yeah, we're all going into the Necropolis. I am your necromancer. Outlaw. I'm just getting to the zone. There's 2 rooms. They actually made it that way in the free play world too now. If you ever see those purple icons in that area in free play that's, you know, designating where you can fight enemies, you don't have to kill all the enemies there, and you leave and come back to that same zone and they reappear. Rather than killing all the enemies in the zone. So it's similar to the dungeons. You kill all the enemies, leave one alive. Leave, come back. The other area that you're in, you do the same thing. Kill all enemies but one. Leave one alive. Come back to the room number 2. Or room number 1 after you cleared number 2. The same method. Any zone you leave, like these 2 rooms in this one dungeon. Any zones you leave, like, out of sight. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto. If you played any of that. Stuff would spawn in and out if it's out of your like field of view. I kind of feel like that's how the free play world is in Anthem. Masterwork. I didn't even think about it. I was picking up everything right now, but that was my first masterwork that made me think about it. Do I want to pick up all the purples or not? Because you can get more than, you know, 40 or 30 purples that would be useful in another way. The support, yeah, that's not even going to matter anymore because they're changing the supports in the updates. They're reworking it. Yeah, quit reminding me, that pisses me off. I mean, I guess it doesn't make me that mad, but whatever. Let's say they introduced a new something into the game instead of just removing luck. Like, they're just removing shit. Oh, we can't figure it out. We're not going to waste time on it. We're done. I feel like every game did that when they introduced luck. But, and then at the same time, it's 1s and 0s, so no matter what, in the game, in the specific game, like, or any game that introduces luck as some sort of a value, it's going to have 1s and 0s, so it's going to have some sort of a proportional value that it's going to appear. Within reason, it's going to happen. There's a 0.333 chance it's going to happen. I hate the fucking storms right now. It's so shitty. When you're in GM3, the scaling is so difficult, so difficult, that you want to do so good, but there's a couple hurdles that just force you to use specific weapons. So they're pigeonholing like every loadout to be 2 or 3 versions. You need to use these elements, and there's only like, you know, 3 or 4 different mix-up ways to use those elements. Use it with your gear, use it with your weapons. Now they're giving you an option to change your melee. So now there's another variation of the same. You're rehashing the same loadouts that you had, but you gave it a different melee variation now. We'll see. They mentioned there were going to be new weapons and stuff, but they didn't mention like, I don't know. I haven't heard a lot about it being like different kinds of weapons. If it was going to be new marksman rifles or anything like that. I heard a Colossus was getting a weapon and melee weapons. Yeah, that too. The equipment's not going to disappear. That's going to be yours forever. It's going to be like a seasonal event that's happening that's going to give you an event reward. Since you have the Elysian chest, that was your event. Now that event's over, they're going to bring it back seasonally. But they're not telling you when the season's going to start. Because they don't want people to plan on coming in and plan on coming out. They're following patterns of other games. So if you look at Monster Hunter World for the example that it's a live service, it's got seasonal events, you know, specific to the season. You can plan out when the events are going to start. Summer, spring, winter, fall, like all these seasons, they have themed events, so that's kind of cute, right? You get a furry, snowy outfit for winter, and you get your Halloween outfit, you know, for fall. So, like, people plan on jumping in the game and then leaving. You have waves of communities jumping in Monster Hunter World, and then they don't stay. You don't have a continuous player base of 3 million people or whatever. That free-to-play Dauntless game is up to like 4 million people right now downloading the game. Doesn't mean they're going to be consistently 4 million people player base, but that's a substantial number. If I had that in my fucking YouTube channel for views of bands' content or something, I'm sure I'd make a lot of money.
Done. The Arcanists would be excited to hear you found all these fragments.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just for them to get the views and the fucking Google AdSense from downloading all that shit. Like, they made a ton of money. Oh, I'll open the next one if I get a chance. I think I've already picked 2 Masterworks up. So... oh yes, sir. You will know that legendary drop. So we went to Necropolis, that's the east gate. There is a small patch on the east side, which is the east boundary, and then it goes north straight up to north of the Emerald Abyss is the Sanctuary Ruin. That's the castle. So if we want to go back to the east, we can clear out that border and not like miss a zone, and then just focus on the north side or the south side. That's pretty much our starting point, would be that dungeon that we just came out of. And we just kind of focus on that east patch. Eastern Beach or whatever it is. It's kind of the way I see it. Is it a mapping description? I don't know what the fucking terms are, sorry. Topography? I don't know what it's called. Map reading. If it was a material item, I would have smashed that. To me, it's like I'm playing Crash Bandicoot or Sonic or something, and it's just the next thing in the map to kill. You just gotta, like, hit everything, dude. That's how you get legendaries. All the scorpions, everything. Eggs and all that shit. So look out right here if you don't have it, guys. And what I don't see are these question marks we're supposed to be getting. You guys all have that lookout?
I'm overhearing Sentinel chatter about a scar build-up nearby. They want someone to look into it.
Got a question mark? Where's that at? World event is on the east. In this fort. Oh, is it salvage? What is it up there?
We can't let that hold.
That question mark? Oh, okay. Right there. I'm not getting those icons. Maybe I didn't pay attention close enough. Yeah, here we go. Now I'm getting question marks.
Great start. There's more.
Where's that question mark? It's right here. There it is. Oh, hey guys, on my location. Hey, on Tremble, guys. There's a chest right here. I'll open it, but I just wanted you guys close.
Scars will pose a threat if we don't clear the area.
We all good? Dragon? Oh, Dragon. Oh, War Smith. I was gonna call you War Machine. None shall pass. Masterwork. 2 masterwork embers. Oh. Question mark? Now, whose voice was that? Dragon or Warsmith? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm on the hunt to find all that intel and whatnot. So this is going to be Scar intel, I'm assuming, because we're not near Arcanist or anything.
They're breaking and retreating. They won't forget this soon.
Is that all? You need to jump into some quick play, buddy. So, oh, Nathan arc, just a bit glitchy for you, I guess. Is it glitchy? I don't feel like it's glitchy at the moment. What are we picking up? I don't see anything. Yeah. Oh, okay. Keep forgetting not to pick up every purple I see. I do have a specific goal in mind. blues and purples laying around. What else we got? Blues. What else we got? Yeah, I've picked up a couple masters already. Along with the epics. A lot of epics. Uncommons and everything else. We've gotten a rainbow of everything. I switched my javelin recently, and that has something to do with, like, make a javelin, new loadout or whatever, a mock loadout, load a game, get out of that game, go back into another game with your main javelin, whatever you're trying to run, and it's supposed to reset in-game data and your drop rates. I don't know how any of that's going to be affected with this new loot system, but that was what we were doing to affect our legendary drop rates currently. If you get stuck on a javelin for a little bit, kind of switch yours out, and then go back to it. It's kind of regurgitated hearsay right now. People are trying it, they're liking it, they're passing it on. I know DJ is one of the guys who has the Anthem community, and myself, we pass on that information. That it's helpful, we've done it, and it worked for us. Might be, yeah. If we've flown a few times, yeah, you might have heard it. It's like one of the top tips that we've done. Not that I've like seen in a video or read in a book. It's just stuff that we've experienced. No, that's the thing, is you have a forge now and you're able to change your weapons and gear, so it keeps you in game longer with the same loadout. Most people aren't thinking about it and they're just running from game to game and they're confused and don't understand what's going on. But the game does have other javelins, they do expect you to run them, even if you want to play one main character. The game is catering to try and give you stuff, especially if you're underpowered.
Scar activity detected in the area.
I'm curious to see how everything's going to mesh up when all these things release, so I can learn what the new things are to pass on to people. That's pretty much how I go. I love you. My cat was super sweet right now. She just set her paw on my arm while I'm playing. I think with this guy's comment, he said it's a bit laggy, just a bit glitchy for you, I guess. Oh, that was the comment mentioned, and that was Ark, the guy we were playing with, Warsmith. I'm curious, like, maybe it has to do with his internet, because he's been kicked out a lot, right? But that's kind of a secondary comment. My first thought was, maybe like it's me putting it on the resolution, because it's like the highest resolution they give you, 720 or whatever, at 60 frames. That could be like a broadcasting issue, whether it's syncing up with my gameplay or not, plus his internet, because his internet is not perfect. That's for damn sure, since I've known him. It's better than it used to be in the past, and by his description, but that doesn't make it, I guess, on par with the States. The States love their cocks. The business, Cox Communications. So it's a very, yeah, it's a very funny pun, isn't it? Cox also has very poor customer service. So the Cox communication company are a bunch of dicks. And that's not a pun. That's not a pun at all. It's a literal statement of fact. Their service is junk. But they have a monopoly on really good internet. There's nobody that can touch them. So they can be dicks about it, and you're gonna just take their service and be quiet about it. Yeah, so the states love their Cox. Because they can't get anything better. What was that comment? You got a what? Is that dragon?
That relic's volatile. This isn't good.
I see a purple icon south. Is that south? No. South by southwest? I don't see those purple icons too much. Oh yeah, there's one. North by north.
They're
What?
trying to regroup. Make sure you're ready for them.
I was kind of following you. This mountain's just in my way.
Turning fragments could
Bro,
silence the relic.
couldn't survive if you weren't here. Thank you. Thank goodness you made it. No, but for real, if we want to jump into GM2 or GM3, let me know.
Good start. Get the next one.
This GM1 stuff is just like a time attack. I firmly believe if you want to get content done in the game, do it on GM1, do it quickly, get it done, move on. But if you want to have fun in the game, put GM2, GM3 stuff on, and then see what happens with the group. I have a second pilot. The pilot's like a really decent level of 550,
You're in for a fight.
but it doesn't have legendary or masterwork components.
Scar closing
It
fast.
plays okay,
Be ready for a fight.
but it's going to play way better than most of the
Making
people that are
progress.
starting the game
Keep
right
it
now,
up.
unfortunately. It's got
Scar
blueprints.
leader is
When you
down.
run a second
Hopefully
pilot,
that
any
sends a
blueprints you
message
unlock,
to the rest.
stay on your other pilot. So I have 8 javelins, the same blueprints, masterwork and
You've
below,
silenced the
that I
relic.
can craft,
That's a relief.
and it makes my second pilot viable with crafting in the game. Whereas my main pilot, I probably never touched crafting except the couple legendaries I don't drop. Founder's Blaze never drops for me until way later. The Thunderbolt of Yevenia never drops for me in legendary, so I just craft the masterwork. But I had a really cool force roll on a Rallner's Blaze and kept that shit for a while before I got the legendaries. I don't know, I dig crafting. I know a lot of people don't talk about it, but I use it.
That's it.
I do a lot of
They're
free play to
falling
get
back.
crafting done.
Let them lick their wounds.
Unfortunately though, my focus in the game got me more Champion of Tarsus, but I have a roadblock with all those collectibles. I literally have to run free play events in succession, in like one after another, to try and get those random spawns of Arcanus and all that other intel. Noise. I love hearing it when my party members are getting legendaries. It's something to do with like, you know, lower power level javelins are gonna get them first. Noise. And then the other thing you'll see is like the lower enemies are gonna give you a lot of drops. The white named enemies. I just stopped for a second. I was letting my cat out of the door. What's that? Underwater? There's a chest down here, guys. Go in the water. On my location, Tremble. There's a lot of chests in the water. People avoid them for whatever reason. I'm a little confuzzled. I lost track of where we were headed, but I was hoping it was the east border sanctuary gate. Yeah, that's where we are. Just have to go above us. So this, there's two chest spawns in the water if you want to look for the other one, but I was told about it, I haven't experienced it. This box here, this little structure, is a spawn for a chest. Spawn zone. There is no chest right now, but if you want to know about it, it's this little square here, and then there's usually a chest that can spawn. Oh, I'm at the castle. So the castle is north of the water that we were in. When we found that chest, I just looked up and went straight up. And the Jinx just left, that little square in the building, has a chance to spawn a chest. And then the other one would be like down here. Yeah, I like how the elementals just shoot you through walls and shit. What the fuck? What happened? You saying oh no for? Oh, okay. The other chest. The other chest might spawn over here in this area. But it's not here now. Do you guys know anything about chests like underneath this castle? 'Cause it's got like a little broken section where you can go underneath, right? For the tombs. Oh wow, yeah. There's a spot right here where you go. There's a spot right here where you go in between them. There's actually a chance for chests to spawn down here. It doesn't happen very often, but it can. There's cracks in the structure and you just go through the building into the bottom part of the castle. So on my location there's like an opening of the castle down here. So at the very bottom where the tomb is. There's a chance of a chest around here. Just have to look. Oh, go in it. It'll tell you your challenges you have to do. Oh, then you don't get anything. It's gonna load you into the tomb, and then you can open the tomb if you haven't before. It'll give you something. If you have, you can't open it, I think. Unless it tells you something different, let me know. I don't know everything, I know a couple things. Cool. Yeah, loading screen again. Oh, there's a cool turtle. There's a sea turtle in the water. I never noticed that. Someone's trapped? Dude, I saw those comments in the fucking comment over in the fucking community over and over. A bunch of people saying I'm tired. I'm tired. Hi, tired. Nice to meet you. No, I'm tired. Or he said I'm bored. Hi, bored. This is salvage. What else they got? Not much else. I'm over it. We head east. We're spending too much time in these zones without killing stuff. That's where people mess up. And the amount of time that you spend like flying around and gathering and things, the 40 minutes I spent with those Japanese guys, they just went from place to place, murdered, went to the next zone, murdered, and like they didn't have any time to BS. It was zero BS. It was literally like the west side by the Fort Tarsus, like right now. Everybody go in their touchpad menu. Go to the Strider on the north side by the Fortress of Dawn. Yeah, no, go to your touchpad menu, because that's what I'm going to do right now. Go to the Strider on the Shadow Mark Strider, It's south of the ruins, shadow mark, north of the Fortress of Dawn. Hit X, spawn right there. Now we're going to the Fortress of Dawn on the west side of the map. We were just on the east side of the map, so now you go to the west side of the map. It says the Fortress of Dawn, that castle, and you go north of it, and there's a Strider mark, and you can spawn there now. That's our fast travel zone. So that's like the north Strider you can spawn to. Yeah, let's go there. Yeah, so go there. Now that we're on this side of the map, you hit the Fortress of Dawn spawns. How do I do what? You press X over the Strider that you see in the touchpad menu. That's an update they did. They gave us fast travel. Yeah, hold your icon over the Strider, then press X. What's your level? Your pilot level? 30. Okay. Yeah, you should have it. It was part of the update. So you're gonna be, yeah. Move over here, Warsmith. Okay. So we got the castle over here, but instead of going to the castle, we should be able to go to some of the arches around it and get some cool shit. But that's what I'm talking about. Instead of us traveling to these locations where I'm showing you chests, if we just hit these zones where they have enemies and kill them and move to the next one, that's where you get all those drops. So your succession of fucking murdering. But there's a lot of building structures around here that have arches. Those are where you see chests. Under the bridge, there's 2 arches. On one side, there's 1 arch on the other. On the opposite side of the castle, there's a chest that pops up most of the time. Like not a guaranteed chest, but 90% of the time it'll pop up. Are we all in the same location, by the way? That way we can all get the same drops. So there's 3 of us here? Are we heading to Dragon, or is he just not spawned over here? Where's he at? Alright, so we got the Scar spawning right here now. Alright. I think Dragon just spawned. He was far away, possibly. So join up over here, Dragon. We're starting to get drops now. You should be able to find them. So what we're doing is we're kind of heading south and we're staying on the west border now, the castle. But we're in the moat at the moment. We don't really want to go into the castle unless you know certain locations in the castle. That's going to give you some sort of a... You're going to get enemies anywhere you go. But if there's something specifically you need in the castle, or something you know about, intel, let me know. If you see question marks, let me know. So right here, under the arch, there's the first one. Wait for that chest. Oh, this is a harvest part, but that does a question mark there. So harvest parts is going to be, you know, probably pilot parts or something. So I'm going to the west, the south, by southwest part of the Legionnaires' Ravine. Just north of where I'm at. Just north of where I'm at is a chest spawn. South of where I'm at is another chest spawn. This building structure. So let's go to Dragon. There's a chest spawn. Yep, right there. And you got intel with it. Nice. Where's that intel at? It's right next to it. Oh, there's another one right next to it. Over here. Come to this location, guys. Everyone misses this one. It's my shitty accent. My daughters love it though. Yeah. No, my accent's a bad version of a British accent that my girls love to hear because they like to copy British accents and be cute. Anyway, up here in this arch, there's a possibility of a chest. Just keep that in mind. There is none, but there's a possibility. And then under this arch, there's a possibility of a chest. So those are like all the arch places. North of where we are now, this is the other like 90% chance that the chest is right in front of me. Oh, I thought you guys saw the spot. This is the other chest right here where Dragon's at. This chest will like always be here, so if you ever load into freeplay, come check it out. Yeah, man. I'm always finding this chest from far away and come to it, and it's here.
I'm detecting a sharp increase in shaper energy from somewhere nearby.
Nice. Scorpions will get you that shit. Lots of scorpions will get you that shit. I opened the chest right when you said it, so if it was a creature, then yeah, it was scorpions. I opened the chest right when you said it. I don't know what it gave. Yeah. Yeah, so it was definitely one of them. It wasn't me.
There seem to be shaper fragments in the area.
Do you guys want to hit the dungeon? That's going to be more outlaw. Alright. The dungeon is specifically named the dungeon right here on my location. Another arch. Another arch, and then above the arch is the dungeon. I just make it a point to always check arches, because I've seen so many chests.
How you move out there?
Yeah, I'm just always checking arches. I double back a lot. I am the path scout, I guess, of the outlaw enemies, because they don't have them like introduced in any game modes, so you just get them in free play. There was nobody at the event. You want to get out and get them? We're inside the dungeon. You guys want to go in here? So, Jinx, we can help him, Dragon with the world event, or they can jump in here in the dungeon. They're not killing you, they're probably hitting you. I mean, how weak are you? Yeah, let's leave real quick. We'll come back. The dungeon isn't going anywhere. If he's finishing the world event, then he'll probably want to be there. I'll give you a chest. The dungeon doesn't have a guaranteed chest, so Dragon's priorities are a little better. The daily has world event, and I think the time limit's run out. Oh yeah, we're at 45-minute timer's done. Forgot to change this. It's not a legendary contract, so that whole broadcast was botched. Yeah. What a waste. Nice. Thank you. I'm on the way, but I'm not too far away. I can get the event now. You're good.
You found all of them. I'll let the Arcanists know. Fragments can cause such havoc left unchecked.
Yeah, he was holding on to it. That's what you get when people want to work together. Thanks, man. You might see an uncommon. I need to replace my consumables. I'm making lots of consumables, so whether or not you guys are getting purples, I need them too. That's because the fucking orange and purple mixed together. They chose fucking colors that combine together. They're dicks. Like, a lot of those colors that overlap, they just mix together. Not currently sufficient to broadcast